Hello everyone. Today we are doing mathematics sample paper. 26th question. In a class, number of girls is x and that of boys is y. Also, number of girls is 10 more than that of number of boys. Write the given data in form of linear equation in two variables. Also, represent it graphically. Find graphically number of girls if number of boys is 20. Okay, it is given that number of girls is x, number of boys is y. Given that number of girls is 10 more than that of boys. It means that let us consider number of boys as 7. So number of girls are 10 more than boys. So 10 plus 7, 17. So which means that y plus 10 is equals to x because 17 is x girls and 7 is boys. So x is equals to y plus 10. So now send y that side, you will get x minus y is equals to 10. This is the linear equation in two variables. So now put x values as 0, 5, 10 and find out y values. Now when x is 0, y will be 0 minus y is equals to 10. So y will be minus 10. Now when x is equals to 5, so 5 minus y is equals to 10. You will get y is equals to 5 minus 10 which is minus 5. Now when x is equals to 10, so 10 minus y is equals to 10. So you will get y is equals to 0. Now represent this table in a graph and you should find number of girls if number of boys is 20. Okay, now this is x and y axes. X is number of girls and y is number of boys. Now when x is equals to 0, y is equals to minus 10. So when x is equals to 0, y will be minus 10 here. Now when x is equals to 5, y is minus 5. So the point will be here. Now when x is equals to 10, y will be 0. Now you need to draw a straight line joining these points. Now they gave that you need to find number of girls when boys are 20. So y is number of boys. So when boys are 20, we need to find number of girls. So draw a straight line joining this line. Now from this line draw a straight line towards x-axis. So at x is equals to 30, we are getting y is equals to 20. So number of girls will be 30 when number of boys are 20. 27th A bit. ABC is a triangle right angled at C. A line through midpoint M of hypotenuse AB and parallel to BC intersects AC at D. Show that D is midpoint of AC, MD is perpendicular to AC and CM is equals to MA is equals to half AB. Or show that quadrilaterals formed by joining the midpoints of sides of a square is also a square. We'll do both the bits. First 27A bit. It is given that ABC is a triangle right angled at C. ABC is a triangle right angled at C. Now a line through midpoint M of hypotenuse AB, which means that M is midpoint of hypotenuse AB. A line through midpoint of hypotenuse AB and parallel to BC intersects AC at D. Okay, a line through midpoint M intersects AC at D which is parallel to BC. Okay, now show that D is midpoint of AC. Okay, now you know that M is midpoint of AB, which means that AM will be equal to BM, and also MD is parallel to BC. So MD is parallel to BC and M is midpoint of AB, which means that D is midpoint of AC by midpoint theorem. Okay, now second one, MD is perpendicular to AC. Okay, you all know that BCA is 90 degrees, which also means that MDA will also be 90 degrees. By corresponding angles, we can say that this is also 90 degrees. This is 90, so this is also 90. So MDA is also 90 degrees, which means that MD is perpendicular to AC because it is 90 degrees. Now we need to prove that CM is equals to AM is equals to half AB. AM is equals to CM is equals to half AB. For that, consider triangle AMB and triangle CMD. Okay, let me mark those triangles. I have marked triangle AMD and CMD. In both triangles, MD will be equal to MD because it is common side, and angle MDA will be equal to angle CDM because they are 90 degrees. Then side AD will be equal to side DC because D is midpoint of AC. So by side angle side congruency, SS congruency, they are congruent. Now by CPCT we can say that AM will be equal to CM by CPCT. AM is equals to CM. Now M is midpoint of AB, which means that AM is equals to MB. So AM will be also equal to half AB. Now you know that AM is equals to CM. So AM is equals to CM is equals to half AB. B bit show that quadrilaterals formed by joining the midpoints of side of square is also a square. Okay. Now peak ABCD is a square where AB is equals to BC is equals to CD is equals to DA, and also diagonals of a square bisect each other at 90 degrees. So ABCD is a square, and then P is midpoint of AB, Q is midpoint of CB, R is midpoint of CD, and S is midpoint of AD. Join PQRS. We need to prove that PQRS is also a square. Now ABCD is a square, so AB is equals to BC is equals to CD is equals to DA. Now in triangle ADC, let me mark that triangle. S is midpoint of AD and R is midpoint of DC. So SR will be parallel to AC and SR will be half of AC by midpoint theorem. Let this be first equation. Now in triangle ABC. In triangle ABC, P is midpoint of AB, Q is midpoint of BC. So PQ is parallel to AC and PQ is equals to half of AC. That is the second equation. Now from first and second equation we'll get that SR is parallel to PQ because SR is parallel to AC and PQ is parallel to AC. So SR will be parallel to PQ. Now SR is equals to half AC, PQ is equals to half AC, which means that SR is equals to PQ, which is equals to half AC. Now consider triangle BDC. Let me mark. So in triangle BDC, R is midpoint of CD and Q is midpoint of BC. So RQ will be parallel to BD and RQ will be half of BD by midpoint theorem. Now in triangle ABD, let me mark that too. So now in triangle ABD, S is midpoint of AD, P is midpoint of AB. So SP will be parallel to BD and SP will be half of BD by midpoint theorem. See now SP is parallel to BD and BD is parallel to RQ. So SP is parallel to RQ. SP is parallel to RQ. Now SP is equals to half BD, RQ is equals to half BD, which means SP is equals to RQ is equals to half BD. Now you know that diagonals bisect each other at 90 degrees in a square. Let me mark. Now AC and BD are diagonals. So AC will be equal to BD. Now you know that AC is equals to BD. So you can write SP is equals to RQ is equals to half AC. This is fourth equation. Now from third and fourth equation we can say that half AC is equal. So SR is equals to PQ is equals to SP is equals to RQ. See SR is equals to PQ is equals to SP is equals to RQ. Now we prove that all sides are equal, but we need to prove that diagonals bisect each other. So for that we know that diagonals bisect each other at right angles. So angle EOF EOF of square ABCD will be 90 degrees because diagonals bisect each other. Yeah, this is 90 degrees. Now you know that RQ is parallel to BD. RQ is parallel to BD, so RE will be parallel to FO. RE will be parallel to FO because RQ is parallel to DB, so RE will be parallel to FO. Now let me mark that. Just a second. See this thing. Then It is also given that SR is parallel to AC. See, SR is parallel to AC. So FR will also be parallel to OE. RE is parallel to FO. FR is also parallel to OE, which means that OERF is a parallelogram because both the sides are parallel. Opposite sides are parallel, and angle EOF is 90 degrees. Angle FRE will also be 90 degrees because opposite angles are equal in a parallelogram. Now this is 90, this is also 90. So PQRS is a parallelogram with angle R is 90 degrees, and SR is equals to RQ is equals to SP is equals to PQ. So PS. So PQRS will be a square because one of its angle is 90 degrees. Question: as a part of corporate social responsibility CSR activity, an industrialist wishes to construct a hospital for animals on a triangular shaped plot. First bit: construct a triangle for the same in which BC is 8 meters, angle B is 45 degrees, AB minus AC is 3.5 meters by using proper scale. What ideas are promoted by the industrialist? Okay, now we cannot draw 1 meter on a paper, so you should mark 1 meter as 1 centimeter. Now let's construct a triangle. BC is 8 meters, angle B is 45 and AB minus AC is 3.5 meters. For this, first construct BC is equals to 8 meters. Now for making angle B 45 degrees, mark 90 degrees and bisect angle from 90 degrees. So you'll get 45 degrees. This is 90 degrees. Now we are bisecting this 90 degrees so that you will get 45 degrees. Bx is a ray for 45 degrees. See, now angle B will be 45 degrees. Now after making angle B 45 degrees, on a compass take 3.5 centimeters. So put the pointer at B and cut an arc at ray BX, which is 3.5 centimeter, and mark it as D. BD is 3.5 centimeters. Now join DC. Then draw a perpendicular bisector for DC. The ray is, this ray will name it as PQ. Okay, now mark this point as A. Join AC. So the required triangle is ABC, in which AB minus AC will be 3.5 centimeter. You can see triangle ABC is the required triangle. Now you need to write the construction steps for the same. See, construction steps. Step 1, draw line segment BC is equals to 8 centimeters and at point B make an angle 45 degrees. Say angle XBC. We have seen that. Now step 2, cut the line segment BD is equals to 3.5 centimeters, which is equal to AB minus AC on ray BX. We have done that. Next, join DC and draw perpendicular bisector PQ of DC. Let it intersect BX at point A. Join AC. Triangle ABC is the required triangle. Now second bit, they ask that what are the ideas promoted by industrialists. Ideas promoted by industrialists is to save animals, help animals and save them, because they are creating hospital which is to help them. You know, 29th one, a random survey of number of children of various age groups playing in a park was found as follows. So age in years and number of children. Okay, 1 to 2 years children are 5 and 2 to 3 children are 3. Similarly, all are given. You need to draw a histogram to represent the above data. Okay. For this, I need to first calculate adjusted frequency. For finding adjusted frequency, formula is frequency into required size of interval by current size of interval. Okay, frequency they have given in the question, which is 5, 3, 6, 12, 9, 10, 4. And required size of interval is minimum size of interval. Now in first 2 minus 1, 1. We got in first only minimum size of interval because minimum will be 1 or more than 1. It cannot be 0. So we got 1. Minimum size of interval will be 1. Then current size of interval will be 2 minus 1, 1. 3 minus 2, 1. 5 minus 3, 2. It is the current interval. 7 minus 5, 2. So we need to form a table. Age in years, number of children, current interval and adjusted frequency. Then you should find current interval by subtracting lower and upper limits. 2 minus 1 will be 1, 3 minus 2 1, 5 minus 3 2, 7 minus 5 2, 10 minus 7 3, 10 minus 15 5, 15 minus 10 5, 17 minus 15 2. Now for finding adjusted frequency, use the formula. Frequency is 5 into required size of interval is 1 by current size of interval is 1. So it is 5. Now similarly 3 into required size is 1 by current interval is 1. So 6 into 1 by 2 will get 3. 12 into 1 by 2. 2 ones are 2, 6 are 12. Then 9 into 1 by 3. You'll get here 3. Then 10 into 1 by 5. You'll get 2. 4 into 1 by 2. You'll get 2. Now for drawing histogram, these will be at x-axis, age in years, and adjusted frequency will be at y-axis. Age in years will be at x-axis and adjusted frequency, which is number of children, will be at y-axis. So in 1 to 2 we found that there are 5 children. We got adjusted frequency as 5. So 5 in 2 to 3 will get as 3. Similarly you have to mark. Now see, in 10 to 15 range we got adjusted frequency as 2. So you'll mark the complete range. Okay, this is the histogram. Now 30 question A bit. A wall 6 meter long, 5 meter high and 0.5 meters thick is to be constructed using bricks, each having length 25 centimeters, breadth 12.5 centimeters and height 7.5 centimeters. Find the number of bricks required to construct the wall if it is given that cement and sand mixture occupy the volume of wall. Or 30 b-bit, a lead pencil consists of a cylinder of graphite filled into it. The diameter of pencil is 7 mm, the diameter of graphite is 1 mm and length of pencil is 10 centimeters. Calculate the weight of the whole pencil if the specific gravity of wood is 0.7 gram per centimeter cube and that of graphite is 2.5 gram centimeter cube. We'll do both the bits. First 30 a bit, a wall 6 meter long, 5 meter high and 0.5 meter thick. First you write down the measurements of wall. Length is 6 meters. Convert it into centimeters because here bricks they gave in centimeters for easy calculation. So length is 600 centimeters. Breadth they gave 0.5 meter, which is 50 centimeters. 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So 6 meters will be 600 centimeters. 0.5 meters will be 50 centimeters. Height is given as 5 meters. So it will be 500 centimeters. Now they gave bricks measurement, each having length. Length is 25 centimeters, breadth is 12.5 centimeters, height is 7.5 centimeters. So they're asking number of bricks required to construct the wall if it is given that cement and sand mixture occupy the whole volume of wall, which means that volume of wall will be equal to number of bricks into volume of brick. So for finding volume of wall, the formula is LBH, length into breadth into height. For finding volume of brick, the same formula, length into breadth into. See, volume of wall is equal to LBH. So when you multiply 600 into 50 into 500, you'll get 15 into 10 power 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 10 power 6 centimeter cube. Now volume of brick will be LBH. 25 into 12.5 into 7.5. You'll get 2343.75 centimeter cube. Now volume of wall is equal to N into volume of bricks. So N is number of bricks. N is equals to volume of wall by volume of bricks. Then N is equals to 15 into 10 power 6 by 2343.75. You'll get N is equals to 6400. So 6400 bricks are required to construct a wall. 30 b-bit, a lead pencil consists of a cylinder of graphite filled into it. The diameter of pencil is 7 mm. The diameter of graphite is 1 millimeter and length of pencil is 10 centimeter. Calculate the weight of the whole pencil if specific gravity of wood is 0.7 gram per centimeter cube, and that of graphite is 2.1 gram per centimeter cube. Okay, it is given that diameter of pencil. Pencil has graphite part and the wooden part. So here they are talking about the wooden part. So radius of the wooden part of pencil will be 7 by 2, which is 3.5 mm. 3.5 mm. Now convert mm into centimeters. 1 mm will be 10 centimeters. So 3.5 mm will be 0.35 centimeters. Now it is also given that diameter of graphite is 1 millimeter. So radius will be diameter by 2, which is 1 by 2, 0.5 millimeters. Now 1 millimeter is equals to 10 centimeters. So 0.5 millimeters will be 0.05 centimeters. Now length of pencil is given 10 centimeters. Length of pencil is 10 centimeters. Now graphite is wooden part. Graphite is cylindrical part. So volume of graphite will be pi r square L. Pi into r is 0.05 centimeters into 10. Length of the pencil is 10. So pi into 25 into 10 power minus 3 centimeter cube. Now for finding wooden part of pencil, you know that in pencil, the red one which I drawed is the wooden part, and the yellow one which I drew is the graphite part. So for finding volume of only the wooden part, which will be pi into capital R square, which is radius of wooden part minus radius of graphite part, you'll get volume of this thing. So pi into r square minus r square into L. So pi into r square 0.35 whole square minus 0.05 whole square into 10. So pi into, this is a square minus b square, which is a minus b into a plus b, a minus b into a plus b into 10. So pi into 0.4 into 0.30 into 10. You will get pi into 1.2 centimeter cube. Now for finding weight of the graphite, weight is nothing but volume into density, volume into specific gravity. So volume is pi into 25 into 10 power minus 3 into 2.1, because they gave specific gravity of graphite is 0.1, 2.1. So 2.1, pi is 22 by 7, 22 by 7 into 25 into 10 power minus 3 into 2.1. So you will get 165 into 10 power minus 3, which is nothing but 0.165 grams. Now they are asking weight of whole pencil. Weight of whole pencil will be weight of graphite plus weight of wooden part. So weight of wooden part will be weight same, volume into specific gravity. Volume is pi into 1.2 into 0.7. So pi is 22 by 7 into 1.2 into 0.7. You will get 2.64 grams. Now add these both. So you will get weight of pencil. So 2.64 plus 0.165 will be 2.805 grams. Total weight of pencil is 2.805 grams.